Right now on Denver 7 News at 5 o'clock, new cameras meant to capture speeders, where you'll find this high-tech approach to get drivers to slow down.
Fire crews at Yosemite racing to protect some of the oldest and largest trees in the world.
They're not something to see, they're something to experience, and they just take everyone's breath away.
How Colorado firefighters are helping crews in California.
And we, as fans, can't lift up the Stanley Cup, but we can take home some authentic Avs gear from their championship run. So, of course, for a price, if you're willing to pay.
Yes.
We also have an interesting update on the Avs roster coming up. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Nicole Brady, and we're going to get a little bit of a break today from that hot weather. Did you survive the weekend, Lisa?
It was hot. Yeah, we had a warm-up that happened so early yesterday. We were in the 90s at about 9:30 yesterday morning. Today you're going to find it's quite a bit cooler. Triple-digit heat Saturday and Sunday. Now we're looking at 60s this morning. Extremely comfortable as you step out the door. A little mix of sun and clouds. A few clouds out there early on, but that's going to clear up through early morning, so you're going to see some sunshine and some drier conditions this morning. As far as our highs go, from near 100 yesterday across most of northeastern Colorado to low 80s near Denver, Fort Collins, and Greeley, mid to upper 80s to the southeast. Pretty toasty still out west, though. Grand Junction near 100 this afternoon by about 4 o'clock. Chance for a few thunderstorms today. It's about a 20% chance for Denver. And then you can see here in the darker green, that's where we have a marginal risk for a little severe weather. I'll show you what that looks like here on Futurecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Yeah, had some pretty good storms around yesterday. Didn't pose many problems except at the airport where we had all kinds of flight issues. Right now, a pretty good drive for most of us around town, including to or from the airport with a security wait time anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. You can see the southbound side of I-25. There's a little red showing up right here at Castle Pines. Take a look from the camera down there. Can't quite see. If the camera was faced more to the left, we could see it. You can see these focusers slowing down. There was a bunch of wood debris across the highway. Somebody was avoiding it, crashed, and then they were talking about just closing down lanes to try to sweep it out of there and then make it safer for everybody heading south. So that's what's going on right now. But the overall drive anywhere else looks just fine, including out here on 6th Avenue, over there across Highway 36, and the usual spots that load up early, all looking good for right now.
Well, the city of Aurora is putting some extra eyes on the streets to keep you from speeding through neighborhoods and school zones. A new camera system goes into effect just before school returns. Denver 7's Christian Lopez joins us with the plan to make the streets safer by getting you to slow down.
Yeah, and this all came about after the city received several complaints about people speeding and driving dangerously in residential areas. So now they're taking action to make these streets safer and reduce the number of deadly traffic accidents. The way that this pilot program works is that it helps police monitor speed in residential areas and school zones to automatically issue speeding tickets. So 3 different cameras would be placed in various locations around the city, and these use vehicle-based laser speed technology, and they can catch several cars that are speeding at once. The violations that are captured would have to be reviewed before anyone is cited. The first month that this program launches, the city would issue warnings before they actually give out tickets and fines. And in just the last 3 years or so here in Aurora, there has been a 54% increase in deadly traffic accidents. And this new pilot program is expected to last about 13 months. Live in Aurora this morning, I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
Thank you, Christian. That's on the roads. Meanwhile, if you're flying anywhere this summer, airline schedules are still up in the air. Thankfully, operations are back to normal at DIA this morning. We just checked FlightAware, and there are 30 flights delayed. That is a huge drop, though, from the 632 delays we saw yesterday. Airport officials say the delays were due to thunderstorms and high winds in the area. Some planes were also diverted to other states or stuck on the tarmac for a long time. The Passenger Bill of Rights from the Department of Transportation does address getting stuck on the tarmac. Domestic flights from U.S. Airlines can stay there for up to 3 hours. There are 2 exceptions, though. The pilot determines there's a safety or security reason, or air traffic control determines the pilot taxiing to the gate would significantly disrupt operations.
Well, Westminster police are urging people to walk in pairs and be extra cautious after multiple sexual assault attempts were reported, and all of them within the same area. Police say there were 3 incidents within the last 5 days near 120th Avenue to 124th between Huron Street and I-25. On Monday, last Monday, police say a woman was touched from behind near 123rd and Bannock. On Friday, another woman was attacked from behind in the same area. And on Saturday, police said there was an incident involving a man exposing himself on an apartment balcony. Happening today, Governor Polis will be in Evergreen to talk about the threat of wildfires and forest health. He'll be joined by the executive director of the Department of Natural Resources and other local leaders.
That visit comes as crews in California work to put out a fire at Yosemite National Park. Take a look at this. The Washburn fire surpassed 2,000 acres overnight. It is burning in the grove where the park's ancient sequoias live.
They're very close and they're right around it. And so what we're doing right now is we're doing a combination of cutting fire line, looking at burning out some other areas but around the giant sequoias.
The park thinks the mitigation efforts will protect the giant trees from major damage, but the fire could also worsen air quality as far west as the Bay Area. Some Colorado firefighters are in California to help the local crews there. The Summit Daily reports the Red, White, and Blue Fire Protection District sent 3 firefighters to monitor campgrounds and watch for other hazards that could ignite a wildfire.
Well, if you drive through Denver, you might not notice them, but people who walk a lot definitely notice this. Cracked or in some cases even missing sidewalks. These can be very dangerous. Denver 7's Veronica Acosta joins us. And Veronica, right now homeowners are responsible for fixing those sidewalks. One group wants to change that, though.
They do, and really throughout the city, 40% of streets either have no sidewalk or it's just too skinny for something like a wheelchair, even a family with a stroller to get by. It is why Denver Streets Partnership wants a change to this, and they don't want that all relying on homeowners like it currently does. So that is exactly why this group is turning in a ton of petitions today. They want to create the Denver Deserves Sidewalks initiative. The group does need about 9,200 valid signatures to be able to get on Denver's November ballot. They were able to gather way more than that, though. Today, they're set to turn in about 17,000. Now, organizers we spoke with told us this effort is especially important for some of these low-income neighborhoods and, of course, the people who live in them.
The current system is really inequitable. Low-income neighborhoods are the least likely to have safe, well-maintained sidewalks. And the requirement for the adjacent property owner to pay for the construction and repair of sidewalks can be a major burden, particularly on those low-income households.
And you're probably wondering about costs this morning. So if this does pass in November, then there would be a sidewalk fee added to your property taxes. That would be roughly $100 a month. In Denver, I'm Veronica Acosta, Denver 7.
Thanks, Veronica. You'll see some new players on the ice when the Avs return in October. Joe Sakic signed a new #1 goalie. The Avs traded for Alex Georgiev last week. He signed a 3-year deal for about $3.4 million a season.
We know we're not going to be able to sign everybody. We know that. So, but we've got our priority, and then we'll see. I think some players will test the market, see what's out there for. And see if they want to come back to us, but time will tell.
Meanwhile, we continue to track where the Stanley Cup is today. On Sunday, it was Sam Girard's day with the Cup. He posed for a picture with the Cup and his dogs. You can see one even sitting there in the Cup. This was posted on his dog's Instagram account, which I checked and has way more followers than any of us. So if you want to follow him, it's Tornade the Doodle.
How funny. Here's your chance to own a piece of the Stanley Cup victory for the Avs. Of course, you can't lift up the cup itself, but you can buy game-worn home jerseys. Cale Makar there, warm-up pucks with both team logos on them, even locker room mats. You can bid on the website ksc.givesmart.com. The auction starts at 9 o'clock this morning. All the money raised goes to Kroenke Sports Charities. Lisa.
I want to know who's going to drink out of the cup next after that dog was sitting in it. We'll see. 60s early this morning, low to mid 70s between about 1 and 2 o'clock. It's going to be a much more comfortable afternoon. It was hot yesterday, even with that cloud cover rolling in. Today you're going to find a few thunderstorms this afternoon, and highs will be right around 80 to about 85.
The guys drinking stuff out of that cup they don't really care. You know, honestly, at this point right now, you have a good drive going on for us on 225 northbound, southbound here at Alameda. Nice and quiet through Aurora. We still have that one crash down to the south side of town in Douglas County. I'll show you that coming up in just a minute.
Well, the deal between Elon Musk and Twitter appears to be crumbling, but some experts say it's too late for the Tesla founder to back out.
I'm John Matteries. Mortgage rates moving up this year to 5, even 6% are changing things for both home buyers and sellers. What this could mean for you if you might be getting into the housing market, coming up.